Welcome to the Made for More podcast. I'll be sharing my experiences along with some actionable advice to take your leadership to the next level. Introducing your host, it's me, Ally Nitschke. I'm a leadership and courageous conversations expert, a Nutella lover, a mother of 4 young boys, a wife, and a dance floor junkie. I'm here to give you the motivation you need to level up, lead yourself, lead your team, and your business. Let's go. Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Made for More podcast. In fact, it is a brand new season of the podcast. We are up to season 5, which is quite remarkable in itself. I'm your host, Ally Nitschke, and I can't wait to share this season's guests with you, this season's special episodes and topics. It is going to be a remarkable season. Today, we're actually going to be embarking on an incredible journey. A journey that's going to empower you to embrace your own unique leadership style and unlock your true potential. I'm honored to introduce to you the podcast season of Leadership Your Way. It's an exploration of diverse leadership approaches and the transformative impact that can have on individuals, teams, organizations, and obviously the impact that has spread further down the line. Before we dive into this season's thrilling episodes that await for us, allow me to take a moment just to introduce myself. I'm Ally Nitschke. I want to share with you my passion for all things leadership, communication, change, and of course, that tricky little thing called courage, as well as the work that I do as a keynote speaker, as a leadership expert and a communication specialist. I am lucky enough to work with remarkable leaders and some less remarkable leaders sometimes as well, each and every day. For years now, for nearly 2 decades, if we're counting the leadership work I've been paid for, I have been dedicating my life to understanding and empowering individuals to become exceptional leaders in their respective fields and in their own right. Something that you'll hear me say quite often if you've heard me speak or if we've worked together is stand in your own power as a leader. There is no one size fits all. I'm very much around let's just get a smorgasbord and take what you need and leave what you don't. This is really, I guess, a dynamic and fluid journey that calls upon anyone who is looking to dive into this tricky little thing called leadership. And it's really about how do you leverage your unique strengths and values and perspectives. Leadership Your Way and this season of the Made for More podcast is really going to be looking to seek and also celebrate the very essence of leadership diversity and illuminate the paths that have been forged by successful leaders, experts in their fields, and people that have dared to forge their own way and become trailblazers in their unique style. Throughout this podcast season, we'll be embarking on some captivating exploration of leadership styles that have made some pretty big dents in the world, some pretty profound impact in the world. We'll also unravel some of the stories of remarkable leaders who have defied conventions and demonstrated that there is no singular formula for success. I want you to really understand that there is no singular formula for success. It is all within you. You are more than capable to take the leap, take the dive, take the plunge, take that next step, and lead your way. So by diving into some of our guests' experiences, I'll also be sharing some of my experiences. We'll be having a look at strategies and philosophies, and it will hopefully help you gain invaluable insights that can be applied to your own personal and professional lives as well. Something that I'm well known for is making sure that leadership is tangible and tactical rather than all theory. How do we actually put that into action? How can you use that straight away and start getting some runs on the board? So why is leadership so crucial in our rapidly evolving world? You know, leadership has been around since the dawn of time, but I think what we're experiencing now is a new era of leadership. Gone are the days of do as I say. Gone are the days of leadership by title. Gone are the days of the loudest, most assertive, sometimes called aggressive leader. This is really a new era of leadership that talks about connection. How do we connect with our people? How do we connect with values and our mission and our organization? How do we create community within the workplace that has, on one side, making sure people matter and know that they matter and the work that they do matter, as well as making them feel like they belong. Do they belong as part of the ecosystem, as part of the smaller community that is your team? And how do we make people feel belonging, like they have a sense of belonging in this day and age as well? I think we're going through definitely a defined era of constant change, disruptive innovation, interconnectedness. Effective leadership has become an essential ingredient for success. I think we've certainly seen that in the media. We've seen that across lost trust over the last couple of years. So really no pressure, but it all comes down to you and your leadership and how well you can lead and engage others. Leadership, of course, is the driving force behind high-performing teams, thriving organizations, impactful social change. Leadership is not confined only to boardrooms or the executive positions. I actually believe leadership is an inside-out job, and every single person, regardless of their role or their level in a corporate hierarchy, is a leader. If we can start leading ourselves before we can start leading others, it's really a quality that resides within each and every one of us, each and every day, and it comes down to that intention. How do you want to show up in the world, and how is it that it's leadership your way? So throughout this podcast, throughout this season, we're going to be aiming to unleash the leader within you and equip you with the tools necessary to make a difference in your spheres of influence. One of the things that I love doing is speaking on stages. If you've seen me speak before on a stage, thank you very much. It's something that I absolutely love doing, whether it's keynoting, whether it's opening a convention, closing a convention, or a conference. I love that I get to share this message on leadership far and wide. How do we step into our power as leaders? Personally, on my own leadership journey, for the last 20 odd years, I'll be sharing some of my experiences and shaped me by the belief that leadership is not just about attaining positions of authority, but rather around embracing a mindset of growth, a mindset of influence, authenticity, being who you truly are, and how can you be 100% congruent with that. One of my key values is around integrity. So doing the right thing for all the right reasons, even when it's tough or tricky or slower than what you would like it to be. Over the years, I've had the privilege to work with some remarkable individuals and organizations from various industries. I think we're up to about 34 different industries at the moment with the work that we've done through Made for More. And part of that is the privilege of witnessing firsthand the transformative power of effective leadership and courageous leadership, and stepping into the unknown, stepping into what could potentially be a little bit knees weak, spaghetti, what could potentially be a little bit, makes you feel a little bit giddy inside. But on the other side of that discomfort is really when the miracles happen, is really when we see some amazing results happen as well. And as I mentioned before, there is no singular path to success. We all have our own unique skill sets. We all have our own unique history and background. What I would love to hear from some of our listeners and some of the audience is, what is it that makes you uniquely you? What is it that lights you up around your leadership journey? Each of you possess unique talents, perspectives, experiences that can only be harnessed in your very own extraordinary way. And Leadership Your Way, this season's theme, is a celebration of that diversity. And my goal as your host and guide throughout this podcast season is to inspire you, challenge you, and provide you with practical strategies that will enable you to become the best leader you can be. So over the course of this season, we'll delve into a range of captivating topics. including some visionary leadership, servant leadership, empathetic leadership, and of course, my favorite topic, courageous leadership, as well as many, many more, and different types of leadership strategies that we can engage as well. Is there an opportunity to make yourself redundant by being an exceptional leader? Do we need to have a chat about boundaries? Spoiler alert, we definitely will be having a chat about boundaries. I'll be looking to engage in, some of these thought-provoking discussions with influential leaders around the world who have made a significant impact in their field, in their area of expertise, within their organization, and start extracting some of their wisdom and distilling it into actionable takeaways that you can apply in your own leadership journey. But this podcast, rather, is not just about listening passively. Don't sit there and forget about it the moment you get out the car or finish your walk or wherever you happen to have me in your ears. This is an invitation for you to actively participate in the conversation. As I mentioned earlier, I would love to hear your questions, your thoughts, your insights. They're all invaluable contributions to further enrich this journey that we're all on in leadership and continue to help expand our collective learning experience. I encourage you to join our community, engage with some of the fellow listeners, and share your own stories of leadership triumphs and challenges. If you want to drop me a line, absolutely do that. My phone number is at the top of the podcast page. So madeformore.com.au/podcast. Shoot me a text and let me know what your insights are. What have you garnered? What would you like to share? Or if you've got any questions that you would like me to answer in your own leadership journey as well, I would love to do that. I want to leave you with a few parting words. Together we can create this beautiful leadership ecosystem of support, of inspiration and growth, or as I like to say in my community, I mentioned earlier, around belonging and mattering. You absolutely belong here. You absolutely matter to me. Thank you so much for listening. I love to be able to share my message, whether it's on stages, whether it's through our transformational leadership programs, perhaps it's through some of our masterclasses, of course, through the podcast that you're listening to right now. Each and every day when I leave my home in the morning to go into work and work with organisations and teams, my family say, "Slay and sparkle, Mum," or "Slay and sparkle, Ally," and that's what I want for you too, to slay and sparkle in your work life, in your home life, in your business life, because life really is too short just to have a mediocre time. We're working for 40, sometimes more hours a week. So it's really a third of our lives. And I think we can make that third more experiential. We can be more, we can do more, we can achieve more. I think we're designed for more compassion and more kindness and to strive for more than what we're doing at the moment. And while I'm wrapping things up, I do want to express my most deepest gratitude to each and every one of you who have followed along in the Made for More podcast journey so far. It started as a tiny little idea to keep connected during the early stages of COVID. And, we were number 5 in Australia in the leadership category last year. So I do thank you so much for listening, sharing, liking, whatever it is that you do with your socials, but keep it up. We love it. Thank you very much for sharing this message. And thank you in advance for sharing the message of leadership your way, particularly this season. It's not just about endeavouring to educate. It is a call to action, a call to embrace your unique style, ignite your passion, and lead with purpose. Lean into that discomfort and lead with courage. Let us embark on this remarkable journey together as we redefine what it means to be a leader in our ever-changing world. Bye for now. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode on the Made for More podcast, please make sure you subscribe to receive future episodes. And of course, 5-star reviews are always welcome on the Apple podcast. If you'd like a copy of the show notes or any of the links mentioned today, check out madeformore.com.au/podcast. And of course, if we aren't connected already, you can find me in all the usual places. Ally Nitschke on LinkedIn, ally.madeformore on Facebook and Instagram. I hope you have an awesome week and I'll catch you again soon. Bye-bye.